when you said this whole experience made you realize that you had this dream your whole life and it just ain't it anymore, and you've been letting go of that, and it's been really hard. My gosh, that's it. That is literally exactly what deconditioning with human design is and what it did for me too. Because a lot of what we think we want is just conditioning. We all have a mental picture in our head of like what we're driving toward in our life that is usually coming from all of this not self conditioning that we've picked up along the way. And we think it's what we want, and we think it's what's going to fit us, and we think it's what's going to suit us, and we pursue it. And if we're lucky enough to get it, yeah, this experience of being like, bro, this sucks. This is not what I wanted. I think like a year into it for me, I looked around at my life and I was like, yo, none of this is right. None of this is okay. All of this is wrong. All of this hurts. None of it's what I thought it would be. Just like you said, this is not me, right? This is not me. It's a false self identity. When you mourn that, because it does take mourning, it is a death in a way. The many years that you spent thinking that this is what you wanted to do and visualizing it mentally, even though it was just based on a conditioned self, and it's not really representative of who you actually are. And you just come to find that this like mental concept is not satisfying at all. And like your mind doesn't know jack shit about what you would actually enjoy. So then, like, the next phase, at least for me, was like this emptiness. Like, what is next? Where am I? I'm out to sea. I'm in the middle of the ocean. I don't know where the nearest land is. I don't know which way to swim, AKA, I don't know what my direction is. I don't know who I am. That is what the deconditioning process does, right? Just focus on the present moment, day by day, moment by moment. Follow your strategy and authority. Stop worrying about tomorrow. Stop worrying about yesterday, which was very hard for me, and just focus on what I'm responding to in the moment and see where it takes me. Because, like, you've already let go of your whole dream. You've already done it and achieved it and decided it wasn't jack shit. So what now? You got the time. You might as well experiment with it, right? At least that's what happened for me. I just sat in the emptiness. I just treaded water for a while and learned how to listen to myself and how to pay attention to what was genuine for me while simultaneously learning to get comfortable with other people's reaction to that, right? Like if they didn't like it, or I had to get comfortable with contradicting previous versions of myself and all of that. From there, it starts to feel like a hopeful thing though, because it's like, wow, I'm getting to discover what my life actually is instead of forcing it to be something. And maybe in discovering what it is without knowing what's coming, it leaves room for it to be way juicier and way better than I could ever mentally imagine it to be. It makes you comfortable with uncertainty, which who doesn't need that, right? Like we all need to just let go of existential dread and anxiety. And this is definitely a pathway to grappling with the uncertainty of life in a way that makes you feel confident that you can handle whatever comes your way, as long as you can hear and trust yourself through your strategy and authority.